Good evening everyone and welcome to another Central Queensland Storms forecast video update. Today the 5th of February 2016. My name is Matt and I'll be taking you through today's forecast. Okay, now what are we having here? We have a large area of rain and storm activity, particularly in the northwestern areas of the Central Coast and Whitsundays. This area is producing very heavy rainfall, very heavy rain, and frequent lightning is being detected from these storms. Over the Mackay area, we have a band of rain producing some moderate falls, with thunderstorm activity producing moderate to heavy falls, particularly around Moranbah. Further throughout the Central Islands and coalfields, we have some light falls occurring, and earlier today we did have some moderate falls to the north of Rockhampton. However, they have abated and gone offshore, as you can see. Now, what happened in the last 24 hours? In the last 24 hours, we can see there was some very large rainfall totals, particularly in this area here, south or northwest of Coombit Dam area. They had a lot of rain out there. This area here, they had a very large amount of rain in the last 24 hours, right in this area. This is due to thunderstorms that occurred up to about midnight. From about midnight, this area has had very little rainfall. There was a more widespread rainfall that occurred overnight around the Rockhampton region. That was due to rain from storms that weakened inland and then moved over. And Rockhampton itself ended up recording 99 millimetres. Emerald area got quite a bit of rain up through Claremont and stuff. And then there was this area of very heavy rain last night around Marlborough. They recorded over 100 millimetres in about an hour and a half, causing some flooding, involved flooding of the Bruce Highway, which is a major thing. Anyway, now what are the river conditions like? Right now we have some minor flooding throughout the Dawson River and parts of the Mackenzie River. Other parts of the Mackenzie River, Isaac River I should say, at Yatton, is at 10.4 metres moderate flood class and rising. We have some more minor, some moderate flooding west of Bundaberg and the Colin River catchment. That will start abating over the coming days as rainfall has weakened. Now, what does my model say? Here's the European for 7 PM tonight. As you can see, the trough line is situated right about here, just south of Serena, just in there is the trough line. Right to the south, we have some very strong southeasterly winds. We're talking winds of 23 to 28 knots hitting the coastline. They're directing immense amounts of moisture into the coast. Now, from 7 PM, we're expecting to see increasing wind as a low forms somewhere near Serena. As you can see, by 10 PM, we've already got that low forming off Serena. It's directing a lot of rain here. Anywhere west and south of that system is going to bring up a massive amount of rain. Now to 1 AM tomorrow morning, we're still seeing that low situated around the same spot. It's continually dumping this area with rain. We're talking immense amount of rainfall now. Then by 4 AM, we're still talking about a lot of rain in the lows near station. We're even talking about winds now in 28 to 35 knots on the southern side of the system as it starts to strengthen. This is when the heaviest rain is expected to occur. And then by around 7 AM, you're starting to see the wind start to ease just a touch as the low slowly edges away and weakens a bit. And then by 10 AM, the low has begun moving away from the coast, even though it's still pumping a lot of rain into this area of the coastline right here. Anywhere from about Serena down around to probably Yeppoon is getting absolutely hammered with rain, possibly down to Gladstone, but Gladstone is definitely the cutoff. Anywhere south of Gladstone, you're just getting scattered showers. Anyway, from 10 AM, it just continues off further away, and before eventually just disappearing. Now, what is the GFS saying? Okay, the GFS for 10 PM tonight has the trough situated just a slight touch further north. Has the trough line stretching here around just north of Mackay, and there's a little surface spin up out here. I wouldn't really worry about that, it's just always going to happen on the trough line. We've got another spin up, very weak spin up out here. That's just increasing some northerly winds into the trough. Okay, what's expected to happen? Now the rainfall's around 10 PM tonight. You can see there's a lot of rain streaming in this area. This is 3-hour rainfall. Areas west of Charters Towers, over 50 millimetres in 3 hours, most likely from thunderstorms. Other areas looking at over 25 millimetres around Mackay in the 3-hour period, and just north of Emerald around 25 to 30 millimetres. Okay, by 4 AM tomorrow, the trough line is expected to be situated nearly in the same position. This means that area is going to keep getting a lot of rain and a lot of wind. This is wind. This is fairly strong wind. We're talking 30 to 35 knots of wind here hitting the coast. Now the rainfalls, look at this immense amount of rainfall. To the north of Moranbah, we're talking 60 mil in 3 hours. Now if that comes off, add on to the already near 100 millimeters of fall now, we can expect to see flooding in that area. And by 10 a.m. tomorrow, you can still see the trough line still, it's just stagnant in the same area. It has weakened a bit. We're not seeing as winds as strong. And then the rainfall at the same time, it also has weakened a bit. We're still seeing 35 to 40 millimeters in that Moranbah area. If that continues, they're going to look at major flooding, especially downstream towards Dysart and stuff from the heavy rain. By 4 p.m, the trough line is again nearly a carbon copy. It's going to be situated in almost the same spot, strengthened a touch with 25 to 30 knot winds. And the rain has moved just a slight touch east to be south of Nebo. We're talking about 72 millimeters in a 3 hour period. That is a lot of rain in that one area. By 10 p.m, we're still looking at the trough line in the same position, producing about the same amount of winds. But the rain is just continually falling just in the same area. A lot of rain in this area. That is going to tally up, and that will produce some very large falls by tomorrow morning. So, how much rain are we expecting? This is the BOMS Wattle forecast for tomorrow, and as you can see, a lot of rain all across central districts. Anywhere north of Gladstone can expect moderate falls, and anywhere north of Rockhampton can expect moderate to heavy fall, with some heavy to possibly very heavy falls between Mackay and St Lawrence, as I'll show you here. As you can see, the very heavy falls in the coast. They could be heavier falls if the GFS scenario, the trough sitting in the same area, comes up. If the trough continues to sit in the same area, we will continue to see the trough sits somewhere out here, as the GFS is suggesting. This whole area along the coast will get absolutely hit with rain all night long and all morning. And if that happens, we will see very large totals. We will see totals well and truly exceeding the forecasts here by the Bureau's own model forecast. Anyway, you can see it's a very complex situation. We do seem to know what is going to happen now, but there is still some uncertainties. As you can see, there was only 25 to 50 mils forecasted out here around Moranbah today, and as you can see, we're well and truly exceeded that. You can see a lot of rain around the Moranbah area. This is all heading southeast. More heavy rain and storm activity all through this area here from Mackay. This is all heading east and southeast. More moderate rain around here. It's heading south down towards Emerald. And it's got some light showers at the moment throughout this area, but we are expecting that to form up into rain sometime tonight. Anyway, that's about it for now. Take care, and if you come to a flooded road, please don't drive through it. Please turn around and don't drown. That's it. Now, see ya.